anticipating and reinforcing their decision to fight the High Court judgment that was delivered in the High Court. The family of the late president yesterday filed a matter in the Constitutional Court, and I think it was affirmed today, in which they are appealing against the entire judgment that was delivered in the Gauteng court. The appeal was lodged in the Constitutional Court, who has the power of barrier of rights. There's an affidavit that has been signed, and and it's been served on the lawyers of the Attorney General. So, as we stand now, the remains of the late president, with these two court cases, the appeal in the Gauteng court for leave, which is permission to appeal to the Supreme Court, because they are going to go to the Supreme Court. Then there's a matter of interpretation that has gone to the Constitutional Court, where who has the power over the remains of the late person, who has the right to bury, who has the right to have custody of that body. That matter has gone for interpretation to the Constitutional Court. Even there, they are saying one of the application and relief is that the whole judgment in the High Court should be stayed. There's an application before the Gauteng court which stopped the repatriation of the body, where they are saying, can you give us permission? We go to Bloemfontein, to the Supreme Court in Bloemfontein, for us to appeal against the High Court judgment. Then there's an interpretive application which they've made in the Constitutional Court. So there are two higher courts in this case. The Constitutional Court determining the burial rights, because the court below made remarks, disregarded those essential elements. Who has the custody of the remains of the this is not an unclaimed body. This body has family, it has it has a widow, it has children, it has grandchildren. So it's not an unclaimed body. Who has rights over such a body? Who has a right to bury? The judgment in the High Court seemed to have disregarded all that. And what has been the interpretation of the South African court? Remember, there have been other cases. When Pete Botha died, this is an apartheid prime minister, his family requested that they didn't want a state funeral. Although President Thabo Mbeki at the time flew the flag at half-mast, the family had requested that they didn't want a state funeral. And there's an apartheid hero when he died in 2017. This was at the height of the differences between in the internal factions in the ANC, and he refused that President Jacob Zuma, who was president in the country, should not attend his funeral. It was a state funeral. This is a former cabinet minister, former Robben Island inmate.